This Sunday, AEW presents All Out from Toronto, Canada, and we've got to do some predictions for the pay-per-view. Last time we did AEW predictions, it was Forbidden Door. And this is how it went. It didn't go too badly for me, actually, in terms of the situation. Coleman Cage did defeat Killswitch and Kip, who was obviously supposed to be Nick Wayne originally, but he got injured. Carl Fletcher did defeat Hiromu Takahashi. Mercedes Moné won the Fatal 4-Way. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Nigel McGuinness. Brodito won the Fatal 4-Way, which, to be fair, on reflection, I'm happy with. It gets the tag titles off the Hurt Syndicate, and they can go on to other things once we get past All Out and what they're doing there. Okada did defeat Swerve. Toni Storm defeated Athena. Hangman Adam Page defeated MJF. And the face team beat the heels. And the heels beat down Ospreay afterwards. So, Swerve and Ospreay out of action over the last couple of weeks. They're due to injuries. They were kind of storyline taken out of things. So, they're now recuperating. Hopefully they'll be back soon. 66% is not too shabby whatsoever. I thought it would be a little bit more. Maybe the two obvious ones there, Mercedes and the face team. Brodito winning the triple threat. I didn't really see coming, but again, on reflection, I'm happy that's the way it's panned out. So, we have to do our predictions for AEW All Out. There are 10 matches on the main card. I am not doing the pre-card. And just to clarify, this is being recorded Wednesday night before Dynamite. I have no time beforehand to be able to record this. So I was hoping to do it Thursday morning, but I've not got the time anymore due to work. So unfortunately, it's going to be a little sketchy with the graphics, but we'll get there. And I should be able to give you a good idea of who is in each one. First up, we're going to go with the return of Eddie Kingston, and he will be facing Big Bill. This is an open goal. Eddie Kingston should win this. There is no reason why he shouldn't. And I think this will be the start of the Eddie Kingston revival. I would like to see Eddie Kingston win some singles gold, not just the Continental title he had at one point. I'd like to see him get like a TNT, maybe even a world title. I do think he's very good on mic, and he's very decent in the ring. I do think he deserves something of note in terms of a singles push. And to be fair, Dustin Rhodes did get the TNT title, even though it was just for a short while. So why not? Why not indeed? So I've got Eddie Kingston to beat Big Bill. Next, 6-man tag. The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP versus Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. I think, again, this is a free hit for me. I think it's the Hurt Syndicate. I think that they are the team going forward. It looks like Bobby Lashley is going to be moving into main event stature as well. I don't see a reason why you would put Ricochet and the Gates of Agony over at this point. So I'm going to go Hurt Syndicate for this one. And it's going to be, I don't want to say a squash match, but I think it's going to be very close to one. I think the Gates of Agony and Ricochet will get their stuff in, but the Hurt Syndicate will come out on top. Next, we will go with the Fatal 4-Way tag match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. There's a ladder match as well, so a lot involved in this. Brodito, the only team currently involved, and we've now got to figure out who's going to be involved and then who will win. So the matches that we're having on Dynamite are Kip Sabian and Killswitch versus Jet Speed, the Bang Bang Gang versus the Bucks, and Hechicero and Josh Alexander versus Top Flight. Now, for me, I'd say Top Flight, Bucks. I want to say Jet Speed, but I think it might be Kip Sabian and Killswitch to even it out in terms of heels and faces. Either way, I don't think any of those teams will win. I think we may see the return of the Bucks being champions. But I think it's a little bit soon on Brodito whether you want to take the belts off them, but a Fatal 4-Way ladder match is probably the way to do it. I'm going to hedge a bet. Do I hedge a bet or play it safe? Playing it safe is Brodito for me, because they're the only team in it and I know they're in the match. I could say the Bucks and then can be completely wrong if they don't win their match. This is the thing with having to record beforehand. I'm going to say it's too early. I'm going to say Brodito. I think it's just easier to go Brodito, play it safe, and then we can take the L if it doesn't turn out to be one of the other teams involved. So we'll go Brodito and say with that one. Next, for the TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné versus Riho. Riho has had matches where she's come up against big name talent and then won. She was the inaugural women's champion. I think she was. Will she defeat Mercedes Moné? I don't think she will. I think it'll stay as on Moné. I think it really like it needs to be a little bit more of a name taking out Mercedes Moné for this TBS title. So I'm going to say Mercedes Moné is going to win this match and carry on with her multiple reigns on multiple belts. Next, the triple threat match for the AEW Unified Championship. You see the graphic on the screen. That is the tournament that has occurred. Okada defeated Michael Oku on Collision, I think it was. Takeshita beat Anthony Bowens, and the Beast Mortos will face Mascarada Dorada. Mascarada Dorada. I think whoever wins that one will take the pin. I think it will be Okada. I feel like they're bigging up Okada to be the man in terms of this tournament style kind of belt that they've made it with this unified title. Obviously, it was a continental rules with the kind of combined of the international championship and all that. It's just very convoluted. Why don't you just say it's a tournament belt? But yeah, I'm going to go Okada to win all that. And we'll move swiftly on because I don't have any more. Next, the Coffin match. Jon Moxley, Darby Allin. Jon Moxley has not won many matches over the recent months. I think this is the one he wins. Because I see Darby Allin being put in a coffin more than I can see Jon Moxley being put in a coffin. And I can see Death Rider interference in some way, shape or form. It's going to be a whole lot of people getting involved in this one. It's going to be absolutely mad. There'll be blood everywhere. I think Jon Moxley comes out on top though. And puts Darby Allin in the coffin. Has Darby Allin won a coffin match? I think he has won coffin matches in the past. But it's kind of his match in AEW. But I think Moxley will get the better of him. Next, tables and tacks. Mark Briscoe, MJF. MJF is, I believe, filming for a movie. So this would make sense for him to take the L on this. And it gives Mark Briscoe because it's obviously his match. Will they have MJF lose this sort of match? He could still go away and lose and win the match. I'm going to go MJF. I do like Mark Briscoe. I think he's very good. I don't think he's a level of beating MJF in a pay-per-view, especially an all-out pay-per-view. Whether the tables and tacks makes it a bit more level in a sense is possible, but I just think MJF will sneak it some way, shape or form. I don't know how. I just think he will. We'll go MJF to defeat Mark Briscoe. Next, for the AEW Women's World Championship, it is a fatal four-way. Timeless Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Kris Statlander, and Thekla. Now, I'm pretty sure... Oh no, Toni Storm defeated Athena. It wasn't a four-way last time. I thought Toni Storm has had a four-way on previously. This would be a way of taking the belt off Timeless Toni Storm. However, I don't think they will. I don't think any of the other three are quite ready for the world title. I know obviously Jamie Hayter has been champion before. I just don't think she's at the level again to be champion. I think it is Timeless Toni Storm. The problem is that Toni Storm's kind of main rivals for the last couple of months have been TBS champion Mercedes Moné and ROH champion Athena, who are better fitted for this. If it had been a triple threat between them three, you'd be looking at money there. I think these four are very good, or the other three are very good. I just don't think they're at the level of Toni Storm, both with character and maybe they have got the in-ring work, but for character-wise especially, I think Toni Storm is above and beyond, and I don't see anyone taking the belt off her. Well, any of these three anyway. So I'm going to go Timeless Toni Storm. Next, the tag match, which I think will main event, but I'm just going to put it second to last here because obviously the main event for me should be the AEW title. Adam Copeland, Christian Cage versus FTR. I think we do not have the happy ending for Cope and Cage. I think FTR win this match. I don't know why, but I feel like FTR should win this match, realistically. I like Cope and Cage. I've liked Cope and Cage for a long time. They've been fantastic throughout their careers, but why should they beat FTR? FTR are supposed to be like the living legends, the greatest tag team in the game. It makes no sense for them to lose this match, even though obviously you see Copeland and Cage being like the greatest and the greatest. But they've won the other match, which I expect. I see them losing this. It just doesn't make sense for Copeland and Cage to win this. Because what next? So I'm going to go FTR to belong whatever's like going on it. And finally, for the AEW World Championship, Hangman Adam Page, the champion, versus Kyle Fletcher, the TNT champion, and the challenger. Kyle Fletcher has been on some form of decent role in terms of how he's been portrayed. He's not world champion level yet, though. I think this will be Hangman for the win, and then we'll move to... Don't know, because MJF is facing Mark Briscoe. It could go back to that. Could be someone new. I just don't think Kyle Fletcher will be the one that takes the title off Adam Page. I think it will continue to be Hangman's reign, in a sense. And we'll go Hangman Adam Page for the win. But that is it, guys. That is the 10 matches. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Who do you think will win each match? What do you think of my picks? Like this video if you have. Subscribe if you are new. Until next time, guys. Take care.